Hello, Sherry Lynn. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, I hope you're having a good day. I hope your Labor Day has been good. I hope everything's been good for you so far. So good, huh? So, I wanted to come on here one more time before I went to bed, and I was just thinking about a few things, and not really any news is breaking or anything like that, but since the mother-in-law spoke out, I just wanted to come on here and say a little piece about that. And it got me to thinking about a couple of things. And y'all know how I do when I get to thinking. So whether you're in the bushes or you're in here or whatever, just don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I know there's probably a lot of people live, and I'll try to keep this short and just to the point. And I just want to show you this little piece. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's not a video or anything. It is just showing us where the parents are going, they're going to court on Thursday. They're due in court on Thursday. So California says they are tracking new developments in the case of missing 7-month-old Emanuel Haro as both parents prepare to return to court. The Riverside County District Attorney's Office says it has a strong indication of where Emanuel's remains may be, but recovery efforts are still underway. And that is credit to Channel 3, News Channel 3. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Millie. Hello, everybody coming in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that was credit to Channel 3 News there. And I just wanted to read that one little bitty piece there to let y'all know, it's kind of slow right now, but it will probably pick up when they go to court on Thursday. So everybody probably does need to get some rest, including me. I probably need to rest my eyes and stuff like that. But I got thinking, the mother-in-law, the ex, honey, the ex-mother-in-law spoke out. And Margarita is her name. And what she said was she officially labeled Jake the fake, as I call him, Jake the fake, as the devil. Okay. So now he's being called the devil dad. Okay. And I think that suits him just fine. She said she was holding him responsible for the abuse suffered by her granddaughter, which is Promise, and for the disappearance of baby Emanuel. Look, listen, Linda's, and Ricky Trickies. She don't need to come forward about no bullshit about Emanuel right now, okay? I'm just saying. Okay? Stop it with that. Stop that. She didn't care about Emanuel. She didn't care about Emanuel before. She didn't care about the 2-year-old little girl. And she really didn't care about her granddaughter, in my opinion. And I think them tears that she gave, well, I don't know if she had tears or not. She had hands over her face. In the interview that she gave when she come out of that room, well, they look just as fake as the rest of them, if you ask me. That's just my opinion, So I guess she's looking for her 15 minutes of fame. Well, lady, you're going to get it, especially if Smiley talks about you. So look, if you're out there and you want to hop up here and you want to correct something, go right on ahead. Be my guest. You're more than welcome. It makes you just as guilty as the rest of them, in my opinion. You know better. I didn't see that bitch taking Promise, did y'all? She didn't want to be tied down with Promise. Oh, wait a minute. She probably wasn't fit. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. I'm trying to tell y'all about what she said. Okay. So she blamed Jake for all the injuries suffered by Promise when she was 10 weeks old. Okay. Okay. Her granddaughter. Now it's her granddaughter. Okay. I knew somebody like that once. I'm just saying. But anyway, we're keeping it moving, Smiley. Keep moving. From his previous marriage to her daughter, who's now permanently bedridden, has cerebral palsy due to this, blind, can't feed herself, none of those things, can't go to the bathroom, has a trach tube. I mean, if I sat here and described all the things that's wrong with her, it would take me a hot 5 minutes. It's very, very sad. Brain damage, permanent, blind. I mean, you name it. It's sad. But she described Jake as a manipulator and an abusive partner to her daughter. I say her daughter's just as bad. I make no apologies. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Okay? Y'all can call me mean and evil if you want to. I don't care. I call it as I see it. We got the poor baby Emanuel who's missing. Promise, who was only 10 weeks old. See that baby bed on my screen? Was in a baby bed in a crib. Emanuel, 7 months old. Probably just trying to, should have been. He didn't look like he could raise up in any pictures I saw. He don't look like nobody ever fooled with him, helped him. He don't look like he was able to see it. That's just my opinion. I don't know if he was or not, but he should have been in a baby bed, just able to start learning to climb out of the baby bed. Ain't no telling. But Margarita, I bet she drank a lot of margaritas. She also commented that criminal justice, in the prior case of Jake, she suggested that if Jake had been properly punished, which we all agree on back then, Emanuel might still be alive today. No, bitch. I'm sorry. Emanuel wouldn't be born, and he wouldn't have had to go through none of this shit today. And we wouldn't all be sitting here today, and I wouldn't be calling you a bitch. That's the truth. He wouldn't have been born. That's right, Sherry. And, she's so hot and heavy worried about now Emanuel, which matter of fact is Promise's brother, her granddaughter's brother. She wasn't worried about that then. But she wasn't worried about the 2-year-old little girl that's Promise's sister, right? These people make me sick. I'm sorry. It might be a trigger warning, but they make me sick. Yeah, and isn't it strange it had their phone numbers on them, but isn't it strange that they also had their phones disconnected? Hmm, very strange. Wasn't it very strange that in that interview that was secretly done, that Big Five, she didn't know she was being recorded or whatever. I say it was her mother. Somebody else said it was Jake's mother and tried to point that out. I don't really give a fuck whose mother it was, because I'm going to tell you what, both of them is culpable in my opinion as well. We'll get to that in a minute. And both of them was there at Big Five. Sorry. But don't y'all find it awful strange that they were asked, or she was asked, well, Rebecca, is so-and-so bringing the flyers? Yeah, they're on their way. How do you have flyers made up that quick? That's a good point. Thank you for bringing that back up, because that is a good point. Now, Margarita also commented that, again, the criminal justice, should have made the right decisions. No, she should have made the right decisions for her daughter, for her grandchild. What was there any CPS calls? Was there any police calls? I don't know. She knew something was probably strange. Did her daughter have bruises? I don't know. She knew something wasn't right, in my opinion. The Sun printed that interview. It has that interview, so y'all can watch that or you can listen to it. That's not what I really want to bitch about, though. And I do want to have a bitch fest tonight. I do. Sorry about this father or devil. Well, he sure ain't no father. I think the truth is clear, just what I put on here. I think the truth is clear what Jake Harrow is. But we ain't going to forget Rebecca, okay? I done told y'all, I think Rebecca's responsible. I know some creators don't. That's fine. Either way, they both played a big part in it. A lot of people thinks Jake does because of his past and all that. Okay, that's fine. Either way, they both need to pay for it, and they don't need to see the light of day, in my opinion. But what I want to know tonight is, I was thinking about it, and I thought about, isn't this mighty nice? The ex-mother-in-law finally decides to talk. I mean, the neighbors had just come out and said they don't think that the baby will ever, ever, ever be found. That's what they said. Y'all can read that too. I'm not going to go through all that. Because again, I know it's getting late. I've been doing some late lives, and I don't really like the late lives, to be honest with you. I like seeing everybody different. Anyway, but then I got to thinking about it. Oh, mommy dearest. Well, what's the missing backstory on Jake Harrow? We don't really know who Jake Harrow was as a child. Some people says that don't matter. Oh, it matters. What are they going to do? Get him in court and say, oh, he was abused by his daddy. He was this. He was that. And he did. Y'all know how Smiley does that. No. That donkey ain't going to fly. But it is kind of curious as to what his past was. Well, we can't get his records because those are sealed. When y'all hear me do that, just know that I'm doing that. Uh, uh, uh. But what kind of boy? He's still a boy, in my opinion, but it's a BOI bitch boy. I'm on one tonight. I'm going to go to bed mad tonight so I can wake up on the right side of the bed in the morning. What kind of boy? Because no man does this shit. What kind of boy was he? Who raised him, for God's sakes? A bunch of animals? Who or what shaped him? I mean, he wasn't raised right. He acted like he was raised by the devil's mama. I'm sorry. See, in Smiley's world, you've heard me say it many a times. I don't care if you got 4 kids, 10 kids, 1 kid. One of them might go stray. 2, 3. They all might go stray. Or none of them might. No matter what. No matter if it's a 2-parent home. No matter if it's a 1-parent home. Nothing. No matter what. And I don't like to blame any parent for anything. But these parents, these family on both sides, the families are really screwed up in the head. The mamas, the brothers, the sisters, the grandmas. I mean, they're really one of a kind, honey. They are screwed up in the head. So who raised him? Who shaped him? That silence is powerful. Because when the world don't talk about the beginning of things and there's things left out, the ending ends up a tragedy, and this one sure did. But the problem is more than one time, right? And nobody still spoke out. Nobody still tried to help. Nobody still tried to shape. Nobody still tried to be there for. Yet he's now called the devil dad. That I do believe, though, and that I do agree on. See what you're saying, Catherine. Hidden True Crime has a YouTube where her husband, a psychologist, talks inside the mind of Jake. Oh, yeah, I would. Yes. Is there any way, somebody drop my email? Could you email that to me? And somebody either email that to me or somebody go get it, email it to me. I just can't do it tonight. I really am so wore out. And we will do that tomorrow. And drop Hidden True Crimes link as well. And I promise we'll do that tomorrow. I would love, love, love to see that. Because I am curious. People might say it's none of your business, Smiley. That don't have nothing to do. To me, it has everything to do with everything. You saw it, Brandy? I think Yeah, I bet it's interesting. If somebody sends that to me, I will definitely play it tomorrow and watch it. Thank you for dropping their link. And Millie, if you don't mind, drop my email so either she can send it, share. All you gotta do is share it if you don't know, or Millie, somebody get me what she's talking about, that video, and send it to me. Yes, definitely. I want to play that tomorrow. Absolutely, absolutely. But in my opinion, did the rotten apple, not just the apple, but did the apple fall far from the tree? Again, I'm not the one. I've never been the one that you know, says or blames the parents for what their children do. I'm just, I'm not, because, I have 4 boys. You can do everything that you can, and one of them might go astray, 2 of them, and I also come from a big I mean, I know better than that. I know better than that. Never play into that scenario, because that's not true. The kids of parents that has any common sense and any decency will even tell you that, parents are not to blame. However, in a case something like this, even if it wasn't on YouTube or whatever, I would say the very same thing. That apple really don't fall far from the tree, I don't think. If they're grown, you try to do all you can. You try to do the best you can. But in this case, excuse me, but I said what I said. So, did Jake, that rotten apple, fall far from the tree? I don't think so. And it wasn't a red apple, and it wasn't a pretty green apple. It was a rotten apple, okay? Where was his mother in all this? Why didn't she notice Emanuel was missing? Okay? Why didn't she notice Emanuel was missing? The house that Jake and Rebecca lived in, that's a family home. It's not Jake and Rebecca's. They don't rent it. It's a family home. Why didn't she notice? What every grandmother, you know, never had to talk about their kids or nobody else. Uh, you know, what are they? In other words, what I'm saying is, we already know about Mary and what was said about her. But you're going to tell me what now? Every grandmother now is going to go, oh, we don't talk to our kids. All of a sudden now, we ain't talked to our kids in years. So now we just stole all the Facebook pictures. Keep us out of it. It don't pertain to us. Oh, it pertains to you. It pertains to Emmanuel. It pertains to Promise. It pertains to your daughter and your son. It pertains to you. Like it or not, it pertains to you. So quit playing games. We know you're all scammers. You're all liars. You're all cheats. I'm sorry, sue me. That's a fact. You can't, how, prove it. Okay? I'm telling the truth as I know it. The truth is the truth. Sorry. Again, why didn't she notice Emanuel was missing? You know, give me a break. And just like the ex-mother-in-law that named Jake Devil Dad, I believe she knew just what Jake did to Promise was on purpose. That's my opinion. She knows what happened to her. She knows what happened to her daughter. And she knew he wasn't fit to be around a 2-year-old, to have the 2-year-old, which she's 2 now, okay? She should have warned Rebecca. Maybe she tried, I don't know. She should have called CPS, DHS, whatever they call it there in California, I don't know. She should have been yelling at the rooftops at whoever listens. She should have been checking herself. Then she knew they had a manual. Nothing was done. Nothing was done. She knew he didn't belong around any kids, much less animals or anything else, in my opinion. And that's the ex-mother-in-law. And his own mother. His own mother, I guess she was like him. She just thought, well, he walked free. He walked free. She's an enabler. His mother is an enabler. She knows he scammed the system. She knows he scammed workman's comp. She knows he couldn't hold a damn job. She knows he was a drunk, in my opinion. She knows he beat his wife or wives. And she knows, whether we know or we can find out or not, what he did when he was a little boy or a teenager growing up. This didn't just happen overnight, in my opinion. He didn't just wake up and start taking a man's fist, his hands, and start beating 10-week-old babies till they're half dead. He didn't just come up with a wife with black eyes every time you turn around. Whether she gave it as good as she got, whether she, whatever, and nobody saw and nobody spoke on it. And I'm not taking up for her. Don't get me wrong. She didn't think he's not working and having all of this money for everything he had all of this money for. This is his mother. His mother. And the sister. His sister, Sylvia. Oh, Lord, honey, don't even get me started on her. Don't. You see, she had to put her hot little 2 cents in during this Actually, I think she made everything worse. She might have even helped put them behind bars and not even know it. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Sylvia. You got something to say? You can come up here too. Let's straighten it out. You think I'm saying something wrong? Your mammy thinks I'm saying something wrong? Come on over. You're invited in my house. Let's go. Pull up. I'll say, welcome to Florida. Welcome to Smiley's World. Jump on panel. How about you and your mama both? Because the sister, Sylvia, is that her name? Lord knows I wouldn't want to get her name mixed up. She might have about 50 personalities like Sylvia. I don't know. I know one thing. She used to live with them. Then she lived down the street. I know homie Ahmad, the Tita, excuse me, went and talked to several neighbors the other day. I posted it, shared it. Y'all go sign up to him, give him full credit. God, I appreciate him so much. Shout out to him. He talked to one lady from the window. She was talking to about the dumpster. That's a whole nother story. Then a lady come up and talked to him in the street, pointed out, which he already knew, but then the lady walked up and told him, no, I've never seen little Emanuel. Funny, nobody's ever seen Emanuel with Jake and Rebecca. Nowhere in that neighborhood. But what that lady did say, the older lady, the lady did say, that's where his sister lived before she moved, if I'm not mistaken, about a month ago, maybe a month or so. Don't quote me on that, something like that. Ahmad said, yeah, I was right. So this is where she lived. She said, yep. She said, I may have seen Emanuel there with her. So you're going to tell me, oh, and I believe all that. I believe all that. But you're going to tell me that Sylvia kept baby Emanuel. That just tells me, of course, they were just passing him around probably. Sylvia had baby Emanuel at her house down the road before she moved. That's where anybody saw him out before he disappeared. And that was over a month, by the way. You're going to tell me little hot ass Sylvia, though, was close to her brother and Rebecca because she lived with them, then got her a place and had Emanuel there, etc., etc. And then you're going to tell me all of a sudden Emanuel goes missing and nobody lays eyes on him. He's never crying in the background if they talk on the phone. Nothing's ever going on. And you're going to tell me Miss Hot Ass Sylvia don't know anything where the baby is. She don't ask. She don't call. She don't alert her mother. None of the things. Nothing. So was she in on any of this too? I don't know. The police can lie. The police say they got who they got. But again, they said they know about where Emanuel is. But they ain't about went and got him yet, have they? Or have they? And are they waiting on tests to come back? Who knows what they're doing? After that little stunt they pulled the other day at the press conference, I don't know what they're doing. So the sister don't even, just don't even get me started on her, because I think she knows something. She knows more than what she's letting on like she knows. And she knows her brother. She grew up with her brother. She knows her brother, you know. She lived with them. She knows them inside and out, both of them. And then she moved down the road and she was the neighbor. She kept Emanuel before, you know. So obviously she knew he was being abused, you know, all the things. So the sister that kept Emanuel and Emanuel at her home, she never once questioned where he was. Where did he go? Why is he not there? Bullshit. Again, if they have anything to say or to clear up, the sister, the mother, the ex-mother-in-law, the grandma, pull up. Grab a link. Please. Please do. Let Jake the fake's mom come and tell us what's wrong, what's not right. And the ex-mother-in-law and the other granny I knew, which was wrong in her panties from day one. I'm just saying. Mary, that was out gallivanting around with them, doing all the things just the day before they got arrested, going in that home, doing all the things. I still believe, and I don't care what anybody says, the cops or anybody, I still believe she not only knew about Emanuel, I believe she helped her daughter clean up, cover up. That's just me. But that's me. I'm only me. I have no use for her. But see, the problem is all of these grannies, and everybody that all of a sudden is coming out of the woodwork and cares, they don't give a shit. They don't care. Okay? They want their 15 minutes fame. But here's the thing. When does it stop? Because here's the thing. There's other children involved. I'm not just talking about Promise and the other ones that's in the care, thank God, of that beautiful human being inside and out who's taking care of Promise and who's now taking care of the 2-year-old and who's taking care of the boy. That's not who I'm speaking of. And if I was her, I would have changed all of them's name. I would never consider myself a piece of any part of that family. So that's not who I'm talking about. But when I say the grandmother, the ex-mother-in-law, all those things, they don't care. And also, they still have other grandchildren. There's kids all through that family. Younger kids. What about life? Who's going to keep them safe? Because nobody else was kept safe. And now Emanuel is allegedly dead. Who's going to keep them safe? Tell me that. So who is this devil dad? Every child starts out innocent. Every child deserves protection. Every child deserves guidance. But somewhere along the way, Jake's path, it bent towards choices that hurt others. And now Emanuel is gone. The question becomes, was this path created early on in life? Or did he choose it later? Where did he even get it from? Was it inherited? Was it a learnt behavior? Where did he learn it from? Where did his behaviors come from? Where did he get all these? Where did he get this hate? This hate in his heart from for kids, for babies, the most precious things in the world. Why does he hate kids, no matter if it's his own kids and they even got his blood running through their veins? It's not understandable at all. I don't understand it. What I really want to know is this. The question is, how do we stop the cycle? How do we make sure today's children are not tomorrow's defendants? Especially the ones left in that family. The cycle needs to be broken. Both of these families are a mess, a complete mess. And that's not talking about them. That's a fact. But never mind all that. The grandmothers, like I said, they have other grandchildren. Whether they see them, have anything to do with them or not, or they're allowed to have anything to do with them or not, that's irrelevant. There's all kinds of children in this family, and they need protection. Who's going to look out for them? I don't know about Jake's childhood. Not yet, anyway. But what I know is this. He has that prior child abuse conviction in 2018 with his infant daughter, who was 10 weeks old. 10 weeks old. At that time, she suffered horrific, multiple fractures, brain injury. She's blind. She can't walk. She can't talk. She never, ever, ever will be normal. Not even close. She can't breathe on her own. She has a trach. She can't do anything. She can't go to the bathroom. She can't wash her face. She can't, if she's itching, she can't scratch her face. She's She can't brush her hair. It's sickening. All the things that he did to this precious little baby that was 10 weeks old at the time. And he got to slip through the cracks. He got to slip through the cracks because of this damn judge. And in 2023, he pled guilty. How do you slip through the cracks when somebody even pleads guilty to all that shit? He pled guilty to willful. Nobody didn't hold a pew-pew to his head. He pled guilty to willful child cruelty. And a borrowed judge that come in to sit in that day because somebody either didn't want the responsibility, or they didn't want to be there, or they were sick, or whatever, on the very last damn day, come in, suspended his sentence, gave him another chance, gave him 180 days work release. And the Riversdale DA later criticized how lenient that was. And he got off with 180 days of work release, I said. You know, he was probably going around, though, with all them scams. He hurt his back again. He hurt his hip again. He hurt this again and that again. And all of this bone and that bone and everything bones. But he was still able to screw and have kids. I'm just saying. God bless him. I wouldn't want that blood running through me. None of that would have happened if that monster would have been held accountable for what he did to Promise. Oh, but his mom and his sisters and his family, none of them did not question that at all. They didn't question at all where baby Emanuel was either. Where's Emanuel? They didn't call anyone to go check on Emanuel. They wasn't anonymous. They didn't do any of those things. They didn't do any of those things. See, if he wasn't happy enough and thankful enough and grateful enough, like, boy, I better kiss the ground every day that everybody walks on, because I am so lucky. And I pray to God, you know, since God's with him, it's what he said now. Since I pray to God every day to help me change, for my life to get better, for forgiveness, to lead me in the right direction, whatever his prayer is, should have been, could have been, anything sincere. He didn't do all that. He wants to wait till he needs something, just like Jelly Roll's song, Jason DeFord. I only talk to God when I need a favor, right? Oh, he needs several favors right now. Well, instead of all that, Jake being grateful and doing the right things and trying to live his life the right way, he turned around, and the first chance he got, He thought he was above the law. At least so he thought he was above the law. And he violated his probation before this kidnap hoax, whatever you want to call it, with baby Emanuel came up. Because, see, Jake knew he was already screwed. And he knew it was going to start unraveling. Maybe people started asking. Maybe people started talking. But see, reporting indicates in 2024, he had a firearm. And he had that while on probation. And that violated his probation, allegedly. Which he was due in court for that on September 5th. But now, instead, Emanuel's gone, and he has bigger fish to fry than a violation of probation. But that's still going to stick. They're going to stick everything they can to him. Watch and see. So I say, game over. Now, Jake and Rebecca, the Harrells, are charged with murder. First-degree murder and making false reports. And, baby Emanuel, he's presumed dead. And they ain't talking about that. They're using the system to send secret messages and play and cry wolf. Jake is playing and crying wolf. And lead people on wild goose chases. It's not going to last long, in my opinion. And then the police is saying they believe they know about where Jake is, or Emanuel is. You cannot make this stuff up if you wanted to. So here we are, waiting, watching, praying on the edge of our seats for Emanuel to be found. Praying and hoping that nothing goes wrong. And that Rebecca and Jake the fake, Jake the devil dad, they're tried. And in my opinion, they're never able for parole. I'm sorry. That's what I hope. And I hope this never, ever, ever gets out of their mind or their eyes. That's what I think. Yeah, the judge definitely gave him a break. And guess what he did? Because he's the devil, he thought he could get away with it. He sure did. He thought he could get away with it. Baby Emanuel was not important to him. Baby Emanuel was some kind of burden to both of them. And neither one of them, unfortunately, cared. And that's my opinion. And, they just did whatever they had to do. Hey, Justin. My eyes are bad, Justin. I never see you come in. I love you, Justin. Thank you for being here. But that's just the way I feel about it. I mean, I do. I promised y'all today I'm going to try. I think I fixed my computer. I only want to show y'all one more thing because I was getting ready to leave. And this is where they went out last night. Let me, I'm going to try this again real quick. Let's try to look at this, okay? This was Action News Live, I believe. Let's see if it works. I just happened to glance up and see I had it. Let's see. This was interesting. Hold on.
Out here checking the home as we speak. There was a call that somebody was on the property breaking in again in the house. So they're searching the property right now. We just got here on scene and then they rode up.
No, it's going to stop. I don't know why that's stopping, y'all, but that's Action News 5. Shit. I'm sorry. It makes me mad when it does that. It makes me mad. I don't want to be on the phone 24 hours trying to fix it, but I was hoping it would fix it. But yeah, I don't know. But that's Action News 7. But you see, you got to see a little bit. That's all I know. Millie, stop laughing. Stop laughing. But I did want to let y'all know that. And I just think they're all a screwed up family. I know it's going to probably be busy again, like I said, Thursday. I'll probably, I mean, I know I'll be on tomorrow, but I told my mods, I said, I'll probably make videos. Hey, Rogue, and everybody come in. I'll probably make some videos in between time as well. Like, like instead of doing a live maybe, but I might do that some. Um unless something really breaks. But I don't know, man. Just so much, so much, so much. And like the news hadn't really broke anything. But I do hope them people stay away from the house. I just can't figure out why. I just can't figure out why they approved whoever is staying there today. That's just my thing. But oh, thank you, Justin. You're so sweet. Yeah, it's just this one thing with YouTube or Facebook. And then last time I fixed it, I just had to reboot everything. But tonight I did that. Maybe I don't know what's going on with it. I think it's that one channel though. I don't know. But that was Action News 7, I believe. So y'all can look at that. But it's all good. At least BMY. There, I like that news. And we could see that. And I could see it on my phone. So I couldn't see the other one on my phone, but the BMY one was the most updated this morning that had the black card, all that. So I like them a lot. But watch my 15-minute video. I did. Is that where you were reading the story? I think I shared that on Facebook, Justin, if that's the one you're talking about. You did good. I like how you did that. If that's the one you're talking about, I did that earlier. I've been trying to like go through a lot of stuff today that I've missed because it is kind of slowing down just a little bit. So I did do that and was able to put a few things out, and then I was able to create a few little posters and stuff myself that do some stuff that I kind of like to do anyway. And I was going back over yours, and I saw you reading that. It was like a story. You have a new background and a pretty green chair. Oh, I'm gonna go look at that. Okay, so I don't think I saw that. I'm gonna go look at that. I will go look at that now. Thank you. Yeah, Justin, Clutch Them Pearls. Me and Justin, I know, has been on this pretty much since it started. I don't know. I don't really even know who else. I just know, oh, Lord, honey. I just know this case has been wild. This case is breaking Smiley in. Let me tell y'all, if there's a case to get me broke in. This one is it. This one's it. Oh, thank you, Justin. Thank you, honey. But yeah, well, I love y'all. I'm going to let you go. Y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and I will certainly see y'all later. I hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day, and I hope you can get some shut eye tonight. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Remember, it's not a holiday anymore. The courts and everything will be open. So God only knows if anything will break loose before Thursday. I really, honey, need to go get my hair done before Thursday because I'll never know when I might ever not get to do that again for a while. I'm just, I'm just saying. Jesus. What last week was so busy. I didn't know if I was coming or going. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. But y'all have a good night. And I love y'all. And thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night, okay? And I'll see you in the streets. What is it? YouTube streets it is. I'll see y'all. Bye.